What if the man everyone trusted, the man called a hero, was secretly the monster behind the flames? Tonight's story is not fiction. It's the chilling true crime case of a firefighter who risked his life saving people from deadly fires, while secretly being the one starting them. This is the terrifying story of the hero who was the arsonist. Chapter 1. The Perfect Hero. In a quiet California town during the 1980s, fires began appearing everywhere. Warehouses burned, stores exploded into flames, entire buildings collapsed into ash, and almost every time, one man was there, a respected fire investigator. Calm under pressure, smart, dedicated, fearless, people admired him. He seemed obsessed with fire science. He studied burn patterns, explosion points, and ignition methods better than anyone else. To the public, he was a hero. But investigators would later realize something horrifying. The fires followed him. Chapter 2. A city under fear. The fires became more aggressive. One blaze destroyed a crowded hardware store. Families barely escaped alive. 4 innocent people died trapped inside the smoke. The city panicked. Was a serial arsonist targeting California? Authorities formed task forces. Experts searched for clues, but somehow, the criminal always stayed one step ahead. And strangely, the fire investigator often arrived unusually fast, sometimes before emergency calls were fully processed. At first, nobody questioned it. After all, he was the expert. Chapter 3. The Obsession with Fire. Co-workers described him as quiet, awkward, but deeply fascinated with flames. He carried strange notebooks. He photographed fire scenes obsessively. He even wrote fictional stories about arson. One unfinished novel described a firefighter secretly setting fires for excitement. At the time, nobody thought much about it, but years later, that manuscript would become one of the most disturbing pieces of evidence in true crime history. Experts say some arsonists suffer from something called hero syndrome, creating disasters so they can later appear heroic during the rescue. Fire engineering +2. And investigators slowly began wondering, could their hero actually be the predator? Chapter 4. The Small Clue. The breakthrough came from something tiny, a fingerprint. At one suspicious fire scene, investigators recovered a partial print from an incendiary device. When they compared records, the fingerprint matched the respected fire investigator himself. At first, authorities refused to believe it. A firefighter, an investigator, a man trusted by the entire department. Impossible, but the evidence kept growing. Witnesses placed him near multiple fires before they started. His schedules matched suspicious incidents, and his novel contained details only the real arsonist could know. The horrifying truth became impossible to ignore. Chapter 5. The Monster Behind the Badge. Authorities finally arrested the man celebrated as a hero. Behind the uniform was allegedly one of the most prolific serial arsonists in American history. Investigators believed he may have started thousands of fires over many years. Decider +1. Entire communities had lived in fear because of someone they trusted completely. During the trial, prosecutors revealed the shocking pattern. He loved the attention, the excitement, the praise. Every siren, every rescue, every headline made him feel important. The man saving people from fires was often the one creating them. Chapter 6. The Fall. The courtroom sat silent as survivors described their trauma. Families mourned loved ones lost in the flames. Former co-workers stared in disbelief. The hero they admired never truly existed. He was convicted and sentenced to prison for arson and murder connected to deadly fires. Biography +1. Even today, the case remains one of the most disturbing examples of hero syndrome linked to arson investigations. Fire engineering +1. Because sometimes, the person chasing the monster is the monster. Trusted firefighter, a respected investigator, a secret serial arsonist. For years, he stood beside burning buildings pretending to protect innocent people, while hiding the horrifying truth behind the smoke. And that raises a terrifying question. How many monsters hide behind the mask of a hero? Whispered tone. Sleep carefully tonight, because the next hero you trust may already be planning the next fire.